Well, gentlemen, thank you ever so much for your supreme hard work. Joe, I think that there is a special place in heaven for you going through all of those thousands and thousands of mixes. I'm so impressed. And as the the producer and engineer, yes.
I did it all. Now I feel like I co-produced it with James and his co-writer, so he deserves a lot of credit. It was a fun day. I hope we get to do it again. I have to apologize to the listener. I know they have been so eager to get the results, but when you get that many entries and you're still trying to make your living as well, trust me, I would get done mixing at 7 p.m. and I'd put these earbuds in and go straight into listen mode for weeks. So I did the best I could, and hopefully we have some really good news for some of these guys.
You did an amazing job. And going back to what we talk about, James, what an absolutely beautiful song. Thank you ever so much for letting us have these multi-tracks.
Oh, absolutely. This was a lot of fun for me as well. I especially liked the electronic kind of twist on a lot of those mixes. So,
well, when we made that, I don't know if that was something that you gravitated towards naturally, but that sort of became your domain, choosing the remixes. And I'm very excited to see what your choices were there.
I think I did a pretty good job.
The remix part of this is really important to us. I think when we did our first one or two, we didn't have a remix thing as well. So people would submit some remixes. And it made it very, very difficult because if we had chosen even an amazing remix as a prize winner, the people that just mixed it straight would be upset. So we've made two independent competitions in one. So thank you both guys for taking the time to do this. It's absolutely huge. And as a reminder, the prizes were insane. I think some of the best prizes we've ever done because Warm gave us the WA1B, which we'd reviewed. And have you used that yet, Joe?
I do. I actually own one. I really like it a lot. I've used it several times. I think it does the thing.
And then, of course, the 8000 as well, the mic, which again is absolutely superb. The thing that jumps out to me, though, of course, is these. Odyssey gave us some LCD X's, and these are my de rigueur choice of headphones now and have been now for the last couple of years. And I can say I've been through every single pair of headphones on the market. And these were kind of an industry standard, aren't they, for a lot of mixers? And I was probably reluctant to get them because everybody had a pair. And then when I finally heard them, I was like, oh, I see why everybody likes them. They really are flat in a way that's pleasing. Flat. Flat sometimes is boring, isn't it?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I would love to hear them. The Sennheiser has some new ones out I'd like to hear as well, too. So I need to really good. Yeah. I need to get a little prize pack of my own in the mail. I need to hit up some people. Just kidding, Odyssey. Just kidding.
James is sitting there thinking, where's all my prizes, guys?
Yeah.
My song. I sang it. I played on it. And you guys, what's going on here? I need to get in there.
Yeah, he's got the hair, he's got the voice, he's got the talent. All of us are behind on the other side.
He's got the tan as well. Look at that.
And here we are on the other side of the glass and supposed to get no glory. And look at us hog it. We're hogging it.
We're getting our own back, James. For you rock
it's
star.
Okay. Everybody has their day. Everybody has their day.
Yeah, exactly.
So Warm Audio, great prizes to 1B. Odyssey, amazing headphones for first prize. Audient giving us an ID24. I'm actually using an ID14 as we speak down there and use it every day. Kali, the IN8s, which are great speakers. Cinematic Rooms Pro and Seventh Heaven Pro and the Tai Chi. I mean, some of the best reverbs made. Liquid Sonics, absolutely superb.
They are absolutely killing the reverb game right now. Stunning.
And then the last, but definitely no means least, our good friends Audio Movers, who provide absolutely incredible software which allows you to work with other people all over the world. In fact, their whole suite, they do a whole bunch of fancy, very clever plugins, which are well above my pay grade, but are really awesome. So they've given their whole suite away. So that's just for first place. And second place, we've got the Warm Audio 73 EQ, with EQ, which of course is, the classic 1073 with EQ, plus the WA67 mic, which I just used. Have you used one yet, Joe?
I love those Warm Audio 67s. Yeah. It's great to have a stereo pair of them so you can use them as drum overheads or pianos or, anything, room mics, all kinds of places.
Oh, look at you, fancy pants. Well, I've got one, and we just did a demo using that and an 1176, their WA76. We did a little bit of a shootout with a real 1176. I think everybody has to stay tuned for that. So ID14, which of course I just said I'm using every day, and it's sitting down there. Cali IN5s, which is actually one of my favorite speakers of theirs. We got another studio we use down the street from us in a village down the street, and we got them the IM5s and left them there when we tried them out, and they sound superb. Then more Liquid Sonics, then more audio movers. And even in third place, there is the WA-CX12 mic, so the C12 emulation, whatever the word is, clone, and an Evo 4, which is not a great. I think Eric's probably using one of those at the moment, and a Cali Audio Oomph, which is their ultra near field speakers, and then the cinematic rooms and audio movers again. Then all the winners will get lifetime ProMix Academy memberships, ProMix Academy Everything Bundle, which is like everything ProMix Academy's ever done, and the Lancaster Audio Everything Bundle. There we go. I'm looking at here. It says 6,924 posts.
Wow.
Jesus, Mary, Joseph. That's great.
Yeah.
So we have 6 in each category. We have 3, could have been in the top 3, but weren't quite mixes, and then the top 3. So in no particular order, these are the 3. We've got first up, Luke St. Martin.
Highway, but signs and lines and too much time thinking. I keep changing stations every half a mile, but I still don't hear the truth. From my point of view, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another life from you. Forever sounds simple when it's wrapped up tight in a pretty rhyme and melody. Even when you said you loved me all your life, it was just another fantasy. 'Cause in reality, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another life from you. Yeah, yeah. I could play them back to back, but it won't change the fact the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another. No, I don't need another. No, I don't need another life from you.
All right, Luke St. Martin, nice job. What I remember about not only this, Warren, but actually all of the top finalists, and I'll let James speak on this as well, but I looked for sensibilities to the genre, meaning that country music most of the time is telling a story. And that story has to be the most important thing. It's more important than a snare drum. It's more important than a steel guitar. It's more important than anything in the band. So James has to be the star. I mean, it just has to be that. It doesn't matter if it's James, if it's anybody in the genre, Reba McEntire, Jason Aldean, it doesn't matter. It's a storytelling genre, and every word has to be loud. I know some people that work on other genres specifically sometimes think music, the volume of vocals in country music is too loud, but it is what it is. That's where it's at. That's what's expected, and we've got to get that message across to the listener. That and fills. Country music is one of the few genres left, really, that really have an cast a lot of importance on electric guitar licks, steel guitar licks, fiddle guitar, piano, that are playing melodic moments in between James's words. And so I was intentionally listening for people that I could tell were writing faders or using a mouse to put a little extra sauce on those moments, because that's what's expected. James, how did you feel?
Well, obviously, I don't know a whole lot about the technical stuff like I'm, like a producer does, like you do. However, I'm a vocalist, and so a lot of what I listen for is around the vocals. And as a singer, I don't think the vocals can never be too loud, but and kind of like what you were saying about kind of massaging different levels between the lyrics and things like that. Those are the kind of things that stood out to me the most about a lot of these mixes.
That was a pretty great mix. From a technical perspective, now that you guys have talked about the beautiful artistry that was captured there, from a technical perspective, it's interesting. When it first started off, I was like, yeah, I remember this feels like something not a million miles away from what I would have done. It's a bit more bombastic. It's not quite so personal as the original mix that you guys did. It's, a bit more kind of like, snare and roomy and powerful. And I kind of like that, but I also love Joe's original mix because even though it jumps out of the speakers, it also there's a lot of intimacy there. And James' vocal is really featured for everything. This one, though, probably is a lot closer to what I would have done as a rock guy. The only thing for me that wouldn't have made this top three was the relationship between the kick drum and the bass guitar. The bass guitar tends to be a little flubby sounding here, and it's crossing over with the kick a little bit. And I know that's a technical thing after you guys highlighted, how it was capturing the performance. But that's really such a having run the Produce Like a Pro Academy now for like 7 or 8 years, it's one of the big things that's like people cross over when they finally figure out how to get that low end to work really, really well. And it just wasn't quite there for me. Was that something that you took into account, Joe, do you think?
Absolutely. You can tell when we were listening to the mixes, we could tell there were a lot of rock guys, that work really heavily in that genre and maybe not so much in other genres, that were taking a stab at it for sure because of the amount of compression and the amount of low end that was trying to be, forced into it. Not that that's wrong. It's just, we could definitely sense that. And I think that's awesome that a lot of you guys were stepping out of your comfort zone and trying a new genre. But technically, yes, I was listening for things that was maybe too compressed and too limited for the genre. The low end was a little too large, out of control, whatever you want to call it. And I would agree with you on that on Luke's mix. It's a great mix.
So close, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
so close.
Very close, very
it's
close.
Really
yeah,
just
absolutely.
A case, Luke, of just getting there and high past that bass guitar just a little bit more aggressively. Maybe pull out a little bit of extra 80 to 100 out of the kick so it isn't also smothering the bass. And I think you would have a pretty darn perfect mix. It's like when I was listening to a lot of the mixes, I'm thinking, I want to give mix advice. And I was like, well, that isn't really fair, is it? Start giving individual people mix advice before they've submitted. Yeah. But it's so close. And I love that mix. So next up at number 5, we have Van Jazzy or Van Jazzy. Hopefully one of those pronunciations was right.
Stations every half a mile, but I still don't hear the truth. From my point of view, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another life from you. never sounds simple when it's wrapped up tight in a pretty rhyme and melody. Even when you said you loved me all your life, it was just another fantasy. 'Cause in reality, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Yeah, yeah. I could play them back to back, but it won't change the fact the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another. No, I don't need another. No, I don't need another lie from you.
Tell us a little bit about what you loved about this mix.
It was big and it was in your face, but balance wise, it felt good to me. Plus, I could also tell one real trouble spot across a great number of the mixes that were submitted, whether they had James loud or whether they did not, was this controlling sibilance. So a lot of them I could tell they were doing heavy compression, but then weren't following that compression with some kind of containment on the sibilance. I remember hearing this one and realizing that he wasn't just worried about making him loud. He was also following it with attempting some clip gain or de-essing and whatnot to try to make it to where it wasn't offensive when it was loud and setting on top of the mix. So I appreciate that extra effort, Van, to make sure it was a comfortable experience for the listener, because sibilance can get really out of control as we just squash things.
I've got a question for James. It's your voice. You've had it recorded and mixed a gazillion times, I'm sure. What do you listen out for when somebody sends you a mix? You're working with a new producer or an engineer. Is there things that you like to hear? Is there something about your voice that bugs you, that you want to make sure they don't exaggerate? I know with me, it's like,
Well, I think the biggest thing I try to look out for is if I can just understand the words clearly, and I try to enunciate clearly when I sing, but there's a lot of things that can kind of get in the way, especially in a mix. So that's always something that stands out to me. And just like the tone of the vocal, if it's I want it to be like a nice warm hug, and so those are kind of the big things that I look for.
Regardless of, because obviously every song, with instrumentation probably has different levels of effects applied to it. But just out of interest, do you gravitate more towards a lot of effects, or are you the opposite way, or just somewhere in the middle?
No, I don't really like. I like something that sounds natural, maybe with just a hint of reverb, just to kind of give it some body, but nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? I've never really liked having like a big room kind of reverb, or any kind of delay or anything. I've never really cared for that kind of stuff, but
I think in your genre that's probably pretty typical, isn't it? But I suppose if you were doing a 50s retro Motown-y, Staxy thing, it probably could be quite applicable. Yeah, I just wondered, what your ears were pricked up to, what you actually really liked. So next up we have Mikel DeMatos. I hope I pronounced your name properly.
Nothing on this highway but signs and lines, and too much time to think of you. I changing stations every half a mile, but I still don't hear the truth. From my point of view, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Forever sounds simple when it's wrapped up tight in a pretty rhyme and melody. Even when you said you loved me all your life, it was just another fantasy. 'Cause in reality, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Yeah, yeah. I could play them back to back, but it won't change the fact the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another. No, I don't need another. No, I don't need another lie from you. Oh,
Oh, that's very gluey, that one, isn't it? It's very kind of SSL-y, mixy. You know what I mean, Joe? Is that how
Yeah.
you felt about it? It's very glued together. Like I hear all the parts, but then it still has that sort of like could have been mixed on a console with a bus compressor thing. So if it is done in a box, great work, because it feels quite classy and console-ish.
Yeah, I think he did a great job. One of the early ones, talking about the kick and the bass relationship, I feel like Mikhail kind of did a solid job at that. You know, maybe the way he was gluing it together had something to do with that. You know, for what you mentioned, but it sounded like something that I could do the typical producer thing and say, hey, I want this one guitar fill a little louder, I want this change a little bit, and then reprint it and send it right to mastering. You know, it wasn't something that I was going to have to get in there with. If I was hiring this done, I wasn't going to take, you know, be like, oh man, we got a lot of work to do. It wasn't that way. He did a great solid pass to work from.
You know, pretty like kind of in your face, but also well balanced. I found, and I thought the vocal was nice and loud.
Yeah, yeah.
Spoken like a
No, I
true
like-
singer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm right now.
I could understand every word, and he didn't, even though the guitars were aggressive, because this is an aggressive production of this song. You know, our guitar, Jeff, our buddy on guitar, really laid it down. You know, some guys were really pushing that guitar because it's so awesomely played. The tone is so amazing. They couldn't help themselves. But that did get on some mixes, as James will attest to, got a little out of control for the genre and or covering up James' the voice and message a little bit too much. And I feel like Mikhail did a nice job of, it's aggressive, but it's still contained enough to where it doesn't place it out of the genre or cover up the message. So I thought he did a great job.
You know, like the first one and this third one here, they're not a million miles away from the way I would have gone. I still like a console kind of mix, which is that kind of smearing of stuff. I love the fact in the box, everything can really have its place now. You know, you can get really quite surgical, especially with lots of fancy, multi-band compressors, dynamic EQs, and all the wonderful tools we have. We can now almost jigsaw puzzle anything together. But that one has kind of a nice blurring of edges. And that's the kind of mix that in a car I love. You know what I mean? It's got that sort of surround you. And when James was talking earlier about like how he wants the vocals to sort of be surround you, I think that mix definitely does that for me.
Yeah. That Warren, I know you'll know what I mean, and I think our friends out there that's watching will know what I mean too. As a producer, when you get a mix back, or what you want as little notes as possible from the producer's point of view and the mixers. We don't want to have to just keep whipping it into shape, so to speak. And I think Mikhail put time and effort into it to make sure his first pass was a great pass, and we could do just that much more and send it to mastering and be done. Song number next.
So now we're in the top 3 in reverse order. At number 3, we have Eric Passmore.
Nothing on this highway but signs and lines, and too much time to think of you. I keep changing stations every half a mile, but I still don't hear the truth. From my point of view, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Forever sounds simple when it's wrapped up tight in a pretty rhyme and melody. Even when you said you loved me all your life, it was just another fantasy. 'Cause in reality, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. I could play them back to back, but it won't change the fact the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another. No, I don't need another. No, I don't need another lie from you.
Wow, that was really excellent.
I know why James liked it.
Yes.
that sounded like a country radio mix. That every word was like, there's no question what he's saying. It's nice and loud and proud. And hey, Eric, that is that's the way to a singer's heart in some genres, especially like country. But if you're working directly with an artist, having their vocals loud and proud is generally not going to serve us poor in a bad way.
It's hard to, like, the more further we go up the list, it just gets really a lot harder to choose out of these. But it's just closer to what I think it should sound like.
Absolutely. And these really all top 6 that we narrowed it down to, regardless of what order they placed. The differences are going to be splitting hairs, like that. So all of them did amazing work and should pat themselves on the back. I don't know how else to put it, Warren, other than it's pretty close to being ready for the radio station.
That was a pretty darn good mix. Very impressed with it. It's got a bit of both worlds, doesn't it? Has that sort of upfront, very modern feel, but just enough glue. I love how the chorus came in as a lift without it just being obviously just like 3 dB louder.
Yeah.
It just got fuller. Those electrics were just like, those crangs were just like butter at the top.
He did something that a lot of guys didn't do, and he made sure the steel guitar. I could tell there was a lot of people mixing that hadn't really, had much time with the instrument, and I think it either they don't like it or it scared them a little bit because it was. I'm sure James is smiling and laughing in his caption, because he probably heard the same thing. In fact, I think we talked about it. But this, our buddy Eric was not afraid to make sure that steel guitar was a very prominent part of the mix when it was doing its wow.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing that stood out to me was the steel. Yeah.
So next up at number 2, we have RJ Rattling. I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Highway, but signs and lines, and too much time to think of you. I keep changing stations every half a mile, but I still don't hear the truth. From my point of view, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Forever sounds simple when it's wrapped up tight in a pretty rhyme and melody. Even when you said you loved me all your life, it was just another fantasy. 'Cause in reality, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Yeah. I could play them back to back, but it won't change the fact the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another. No, I don't need another. No, I don't need another line from you.
All right, our buddy RJ did a nice job. But one thing that he did that won me over, our guitar parts in the intro and the turnaround. That is catchy as heck, right? I mean, the ba 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 ba. Okay, so there's a more like normal range melody, and Warren, I'm sure he picked up on this already. There is a harmony part to that, just a little, right? But there's also a baritone underneath that. And so the way those three things are weaved together to create the one mini chord is a big deal to me. And I think RJ had a really nice touch on that, on the intro and the turnaround. In addition to having things like the vocals loud and under control, and the background vocal volume. I liked where he had the background vocals. Country music background vocals in the modern era of country music, it's really changed a lot. At one time, the stacked up, almost like choir effect of background vocals is a big thing. And now it's like they're there, but you don't notice them. But if you took them away, it changes everything. And I feel like the background vocals were layering just enough support to enhance and make James' vocal even more glamorous.
Even more glamorous, James.
Yeah, exactly. Even more.
Yeah, the subtlety of the background vocals, I agree with you. It has changed. I think it's there to not be noticeable, like you said. But yeah, if you take them away, it would definitely take a lot away from the song. Yeah.
I agree with the background thing. It's amazing how things sort of, they don't just change subtly, they can kind of go full circle. I remember in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was like backgrounds were panned hard left, hard right, super loud, and
Absolutely.
knuckle down the middle. I've always loved that idea of they're either doing another part completely, like an ooh-ah kind of thing or whatever, or they're there as to support a beautiful melody. Some of the best production for me is when it's all super, super focused. I know this sounds obvious, but one of the beauties of the olden days of the only 24 tracks, which just seems crazy because I remember being a kid and having a 4-track and thinking 24 was like, oh my God, we're going to have 24 tracks. But now that we have unlimited tracks, there's a leaning towards having far too many overdubs, and backgrounds can be one of the massive offending things in that. And their proper use, like they were done here, is like really, really pleasing. And again, you have a wonderful voice. It's an amazing song. Let's not confuse it with far too much insanity, and have it be supported by really well blended backgrounds.
And I feel like that's what he did. But it was nice and it was muscular and energetic. But yeah, nice work, RJ. RJ Raderick for the silver medal. Nice.
The silver medal. All right. And at number 1, we have Alec Nolan.
Highway, but signs and lines, and too much time to think of you. I keep changing stations every half a mile, but I still don't hear the truth. From my point of view, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Forever sounds simple when it's wrapped up tight in a pretty rhyme and melody. Even when you said you loved me all your life, it was just another fantasy. 'Cause in reality, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Yeah, yeah. I could play them back to back, but it won't change the fact the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another. No, I don't need another. No, I don't need another lie from you.
Can I say what I like about that? Automation. I love how when there was like some little cool guitar part down, it would come up and be featured. There was detail. It was detail. It was a really beautiful mix. It was well balanced. It had the low end. Everything. Vocals were set beautifully up front. It sounded really, quote unquote, professional radio ready. But the detail that went into it, I absolutely love. And to me, that makes or breaks great mixes. Automation.
When I post things online, Warren, sometimes, some tutorials that have been on your channel and my Instagram and whatnot, there's a certain demographic of guys out there that want to fight that. They're like, no. If it needs automation, it was poorly performed. You're not you're not understanding. Go back as far as like Bob Clearmountain when they got the very first SSLs, in North America. Bob Clearmountain is our hero, right? Al Schmidt, all these guys we idolize. Automation was the icing on the cake of everything that they did. I'm no better than Bob Clearmountain. I'm chasing Bob Clearmountain. So if automation was important to him, then it's important to me. And that is country music. Country music in a nutshell is one of those genres where little moments, I call them nuggets, happen on instruments all the time. A little B3 swell here, a little steel guitar thing here, a guitar thing here. And those, you can't just leave those faders static, or you're doing a disservice to the song, the artist, the musicianship of it. You have to get in there and get your hands on a fader or a mouse and pull that stuff out, like our buddy Alec did, to successfully work in that genre and honor the artist and the tradition.
Again, I can't really speak to all the technical things that you guys were just talking about, but it just seemed like it all came together for me. It was well-rounded and nice and polished, and it reminded me a lot of Joe's mix.
I was about to say, compared with Joe's mix, was it better?
Maybe. I'm going to give Alex some high praise here. If I hear that on a streaming platform, sandwiched between other songs, I'm on my treadmill or whatever, that makes me want to go and research James Dupre. I'm like, who is this guy? Who's James Dupre? Or if I hear that in the background of a commercial on a radio or Instagram.
Yeah, I agree. I do that all the time. When I hear something, I'm like, we're driving, it's on the radio, we're in a store. I just go, hey Siri, what's this? And it's using the Shazam app, and off you go. And all the time.
If I hear that playing in the background or a section of it come up on a radio commercial, an Instagram ad or whatever for a live appearance, all of a sudden I'm like texting my buddy, hey, you want to go see this? There's this guy named James Dupre coming to town and he's got this banger. Let's go check him out. So he's selling the effort that he put into this mix is selling James as an artist, which is what James needs. And that's what he wants, his label, his management. Sell the artist, sell the song, and he did that.
Absolutely amazing. Well, congratulations, Alec. That was a superb mix, and it seems to be everybody thinks, including Joe, that it might be better than his mix. What? No, but that's what we want. That's what we were going for. So that's the top 3 winners and the top 3 honorable mentions. Now we're going to go to the remix competition, which was definitely one of James's fun things here. So I'm being intrigued. So first up, we have David Anderson with his remix of James's wonderful song.
Nothing on this highway but signs and lines, and too much time to think of you. I keep changing stations every half a mile, but I still don't hear the truth from my point of view. Don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song. The world don't need another Forever sounds simple when it's wrapped up tight in a pretty rhyme and melody. Even when you said you loved me all your life, it was just another fantasy. 'Cause in reality, don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song. The world world don't need a
Nice. That's fun.
That was so much fun.
I'm going to let James go first on this one because I intentionally let him kind of have the most voice on this for what was the most fun for him to hear, remade. So James, take off.
Yeah, well, this was the first time I've ever heard myself on a completely different type of genre remix, and I love electronic music, and I've always kind of wanted to kind of do that anyway. But I think this one's in particular. What I liked about it was that it was just completely different, like as far as like how the effects on the vocals and everything. And I know I said earlier I don't really like to have a lot of effects, but in on a completely different genre like this, it's to me it's really cool just to kind of see the creativity that you can come up with, and anyways, it was fun. It was really really cool to hear the different amount of creativity coming out of a lot of these mixes.
You know what I liked about it, Warren? Because I listened. I said I let James kind of craft the top six, but I worked with him on all these. My kind of guideline for letting him know which ones I thought belonged in the top 10, we'll say, was respecting the chord structure that goes with the melody line. So if you're now we did have some guys even change melodies and things, and all that was, I mean, there was nothing off the table in a remix thing. But if you're going to use the melody of the song, the chord structure needs to support it. And I feel like David did that. He kind of retained the chord structure that we had, that the song was written around. And one cool little nugget that I thought David did really cool was, obviously he didn't use very much of our instrumentation. He kind of used your voice and did his thing. But Warren, did you catch, I don't remember if it was at the halfway point or at the end of each chorus, he pulled our banjo lick in, do 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 do, that. So the banjo appears for like one bar, and I loved that. It's like, okay, honor, take something that we did in addition to James' voice and kind of honor the heritage of it. And I thought that banjo for that moment was like really cool. I bet there's a lot of people on the club that'd be like, I don't know what that was, but I love it. Kind of thing.
I was just thinking to myself, it's getting quite fast. Is James going to start rapping in a minute?
Yeah. One thing about that too is the increase in tempo, was it kind of threw me off at first, but it didn't really make the lyrics to where you couldn't understand them. You know what I mean? So it was still very clear, and I just thought it was really really cool.
So next up, at number 5 overall, number 2 in the honorable mentions, is Arta Iwatowski.
Nothing on this highway but signs and lines, and too much time to think of you. I keep changing stations every half a mile, but I still don't hear the truth. From my point of view, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Sounds simple when it's wrapped up tight in a pretty rhyme and melody. Even when you said you loved me all your life, it was just another fantasy. 'Cause in reality, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another. No, I don't need another. No, I don't need another line from you.
Well, I love the dynamic, the changes in the song. Just how it starts out with not as much energy, and then all of a sudden it ramps right up, and kind of gets your foot tapping, and it's just and of course the other effects on the vocals and stuff are pretty cool.
You know what I loved about it, James, was that so Jeff King came up with this marvelous melody line for our intro and our turnaround that did exactly what it needed to do. It's just memorable, ba 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 ba. Right? It's such a hooky thing that just gets stuck in the brain, and I think it adds so much to the song. But in our production, the idea was that it was going to be passing the torch to your vocal into sections of the song that were coming down. We were going from a big intro down to a verse, right, or a huge chorus down to a verse. So the chord progression, the note progression needed to go down, da 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 da, right. On his, he made that hook. That hook became kind of the basis of the production, and so he changed it. And on every other line, it went up, da 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 da. And of course, I know I'm flat as a fritter. But that said, I'm sure you noticed that too, Warren. It made a very hooky, catchy, melodic thing that he could really build this track around.
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely superb. It did remind me of sort of, rave culture of the 90s, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wanted to do the Night of the Roxbury kind of,
Yeah. Yeah, but cool. I like that change where he went up the octave, for excitement, because he wasn't passing the torch to James in the way that we were, so it made it a lot more. It worked better, and I think it was a great choice.
Last of the top 3 honorable mentions is Joel AAS. So Oz, I believe, is how you pronounce it.
Nothing on this highway but signs and lines, and too much time to think of you. I keep changing stations every half a mile, but I still don't hear the truth. From my point of view, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Forever sounds simple when it's wrapped up tight in a pretty rhyme and melody. Even when you said you loved me all your life, it was just another fantasy. 'cause in reality, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Yeah, yeah. I could play them back to back, but it won't change the fact the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another. No, I don't need another. No, I don't need another lie from you.
What I like about Joel's work is I can see if he's like, if he has his own artist account on Apple or Spotify that's just instrumental based. I could listen to his work. I love his synth sounds. The sounds of his pads, his all his melodic sounds. Of whatever synth was carrying any kind of a little add-on texture for a melodic idea. I really liked his sounds. I think he really has mastered that very well. How did you feel?
From my perspective, strictly from a listener's perspective, it seems very logical. Like a lot of the things that, like if I was just, it just seemed like a very mainstream electronic type of song that I would listen to. Just at any time. I'm not listening to country or anything else. It seemed, like I said, very logical and just easy to listen to. It was really nice to listen to.
Another thing that struck me, Warren, and I know it probably struck you too, is there those tom-tom sounds that remind me of like the beginning of Miami Vice and so much music from the 80s. I feel like it was the Simmons drums. I'm not sure exactly what drum machine it was. I bet you heard that too, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it could be a Simmons without do. I can't do the imitation. But I think ultimately, at the end of the day, I know exactly what you're saying. It has that 80s kind of classic dance music sound. The 80s was a great time for so much blending of genres and stuff. I think we get caught up with the gated snare, don't we? But but that was really, really a wonderful, wonderful song. A version of the song. Isn't it interesting how the remixes can be quite dramatically different? And remix it's basically a reproduction. It's just reproducing the song completely differently. Yeah, and I think that's the fun. I know James was really enjoying that aspect of it.
Yeah, it really, like you said, they were all completely different from each other, so it was like listening to each song for the very first time, and yeah, that's why I think I enjoyed going through all these mixes so much. It just really made me want to be a DJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Remember? Yeah. Turn the hat backwards.
So at number 3, we have Chad Knorr.
I liked about it. It's a moody kind of a lyric. You know, it's an angry breakup song, and I really think that he captured that vibe for sure in that mix. And I also really like the little melodic tuning thing changes that he did to some of the vocal parts, like the whoa whoa, you know, that those little things. That was pretty cool, pretty creative. You know, I think that was really what stood out to me the most.
I was going to say the same thing. I like how he turned the verses. He created a little moment at the end of the verses, you know, of mood by using that. I think, was that what you did getting into the chorus, or was that was on the outro where you did that whoa whoa, and he stole that and used it. Yeah, I thought that was pretty clever too. Yeah, absolutely.
What I like about it is it still sounded like a song. I think a lot of the time with remixes, and if they're absolutely incredibly interesting, it doesn't bother me at all. You can just throw in a lyric here and there and take you on the journey production-wise. But what I liked about this was it was like a real reproduction of the song in a completely different way, but it actually felt like really accomplished. Like, this is a song. So at number 2, we have Thyro Alfaro.
Nothing on this highway but signs and lines, and too much time to think of you. I keep changing stations every half a mile, but I still don't hear the truth. From my point of view, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another lie from you. Forever sounds simple when it's wrapped up tight in a pretty rhyme and melody. Even when you said you loved me all your life, it was just another fantasy. 'Cause in reality, the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another life from you. Yeah, yeah. I could play them back to back, but it won't change the fact the world don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another love song. Too many love songs don't come true. The world don't need another love song, and I don't need another. No, I don't need another. No, I don't need another life from you.
All right.
Yeah, that's got that
Nice.
same kind of like dance music. I can see you've got a bit of a theme here, James. This is something you like, that kind of like four on the floor, groove, dance. You want to have some fun with your own song.
Yeah, it's very catchy. You know, and I noticed that they kept the steel and the banjo in certain parts of the song too, which
Yeah.
I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I almost feel like he, based on what we've heard so far, I feel like he had kept the most of what we did, and you know, tried to fit that into his version, his dance thing, but kept a lot of what we did. And I think that's what I liked about it, Warren. It still was recognizably the same song. It was James singing love song, so I like that. And I really like the patch that he chose for the hook, the synth patch that he chose.
I think it's absolutely superb. Yeah. It was definitely a dance song that still had a song in it and was wonderful, wonderful. All right. The grand prize winner in the remix is, oh, wow. So, James, you chose this winner here. Why did you choose this winner? I'll tell you why. Because I believe Chris has won this before. He's won one of the remixes before. Or did he come second?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's obviously genuinely incredibly talented. But, James, this was all you. This is you chose this winner.
I'm not surprised if he has won before. I just overall I loved what he did with the song. He made it his own, but it's still true to the song. And I just the whole spacey kind of vibe that he did. I just thought it was really great, really great. Now I really listened to it like over and over again for a bit. Just
amazing,
just because I loved it so much.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see a previous winner win. Like you say, talented people are talented people. And I'm sure that actually quite a few people have probably made top 5 or top 10 multiple times. All right, let's give it a listen.
I still don't hear
Wow, I've got to say, I think I guessed why you loved this one so much. I mean, if I didn't know your song, I would have thought this could be the original. That's how good.
And another thing, just listen to it again that I remember really loving about this is it's almost like, it reminds me of kind of like a Bruce Hornsby style piano going on and somewhere in there, and it's I don't know, the whole thing just really caught me. It was really catchy.
You know what? I really liked that it had a nice tight. We got away from the 4 on the floor thing and did a nice tight drum groove with that. And I was going to say the same thing with that piano kind of leading the way. It just felt good. It was one of those you can envision rolling the windows down in the car and just bobbing to. I think lots of different genres of listener could listen to it and be like, I like that. I think so. Great work.
Absolutely superb. Wow. Well, what an incredible mixed competition. Thank you, everybody that entered, and your supreme patience for all of the thousands and thousands of mixes that had to be gone through. Thank you, of course, Joe, for being, talk about patient, for doing such an incredible job as the producer of this track and listening to everybody's mixes. And James, thank you for doing the same and providing such an incredible song. And congratulations to all the winners. And for everybody that took the time to do this. I know how much love, time, and effort you must have put into this. It's ridiculous how much energy. And I've been getting so many emails and messages asking for the winner announcement. And we finally got through it a couple of weeks ago. But of course, we all had crazy schedules. And it's the first time we've all been able to get together and do this. So I humbly apologize. But thank you, everybody, for such great work.
I loved the feedback I was getting from your community, the Produce Like a Pro community. So much positive. So many of them didn't seem to be approaching it as a contest. Like, I must win. It was about, wow, I love this song. I love these multi-tracks. This is a fun time. Thanks for letting us participate, getting our hands dirty on this production. I love that outlook. It's just, they were looking at it as fun. And I love that, because mixing a song like this should be fun.
Well, I think it was a wonderful song. And James, any last words? You can have the last word of the whole thing.
Well, I just want to say thanks to everybody who did this. And this was really fun for me to be a part of and to listen to everything. And so thank you guys for letting me do that.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, everyone that answered. Thank you for your supreme patience. Thank you, gentlemen, for doing such an incredible job of the music and the judging. And congratulations once again to all the winners. Thanks, everyone. So long, farewell, la vida, and au revoir. Adios. Bye.